Shalom and welcome back to my channel. I'm here with a little recap on the Derek Chisora versus Otto Wallin fight, as well as just some additional news. Hope you guys had a great evening and a great weekend. Derek Chisora is 36 with 13 losses, 4 of those by way of knockout, and 23 knockouts out of his 36 wins. Um, Tonight was his 49th fight. Derek Chisora has fought a lot of people. Um, man, Tyson Fury, Robert Helenius, David Hay. Oh, let me see. Malik Scott. I think Malik Scott took his first loss to Derek Chisora. Vitaly Klitschko. Man, I mean, a name that I shall not name. Takam, Joseph Parker, Joe Joyce, and tonight Otto Wallin. Um, to me, he looked definitely aged at certain moments of the fight, early in the early rounds, showing signs to me reminiscent of Joe Frazier. Understand, I did not say he looked like Joe Frazier. Just the style, crossbody, rolling under shots, pressure. You know, Definitely not sharp. Definitely not like Joe. But that said, again, he did his thing. He took some cuts on early. He above and below his right eye, I believe. And in the ninth round, he did score a knockdown with an overhand right to Wallin's temple. When I looked up, honestly, I thought he knocked that man across the ring, but it turns out to be Valine stumbled back and ended up falling in the opposite corner of the ring. He also went down, I believe, in the 12th round at the last few minutes. Uh, it looked to be a temple shot, but it also looked to be on the chin. I was not very excited about the fact that he is the IBF mandatory to Daniel Dubois. Not excited about that at all. He did asked the crowd to stay and asked them who would they like to see him fight for his 50th fight, out of a choice of AJ, Daniel Dubois, and Usyk. Sounded like AJ was the winner, interestingly enough. I'm cool with that fight, to be honest. I do not want to see him fighting Triple D. I wouldn't mind him being on Triple D's resume, okay? But I I'm just not interested in that for Daniel Dubois. It's not my career. The man can do what he wants. If I had my way, 49 would have been the end of the road for Chisora. And it's not that I dislike him. I actually respect him a lot. He's fought a lot of people and he puts his all into it. Those people over there love him. They usually love their boxers anyway, but they love Chisora. So, not upset about him fighting at AJ. Usyk or Danny Dubois, no, I'm good. I do have to give him credit. He played a cold game tonight, luring Valine over to that corner time and again, only to come with that overhand right. As far as Otto Valine goes, he has not looked good his past couple of fights. Actually, this fight before this, he supposedly knocked someone out. I did not see that fight. But yeah, he can hang it up. He did the most of nothing. But shout out to Derek Chisora for coming out and showing the people he had a little bit more. And in other boxing news, Friday, February 14th, which some of you recognize as Valentine's Day, we have another fire card. Dennis Berencik versus Keyshawn Davis fighting for the WBO World Light, headlining the card. The undercard is fire as well. All kinds of good fights. I will do a breakdown on Barincek versus Davis, and I will just do picks for the undercards. Going to be great, great night of fighting on Valentine's night. Now, Saturday, February 15th, there will be a few more good cards. Starting out with Catterall versus Barboza Jr. on the zone. It looks like it should be around 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm not quite sure of the gentleman on the undercard, but I know I will enjoy that. That fight will be a final eliminator for the WBO Super Lightweight World title. Now, as for this second card, I'm a little confused, and many of us didn't really care for the card because originally it had Regis Prograis fighting Oscar Duarte in Anaheim, California. Now, as of 11 days ago, Prograis apparently had a reported shoulder injury and was to be replaced by Miguel Madueno. Miguel Madueno, his last fight was with Keyshawn Davis back in July of 2024. Now, when I go to the zone and look for that particular card, I do not see it. The fight replacement was confirmed via a verbal agreement between the two gentlemen, saying that it would be finalized soon. So maybe it was not. I do not see it on the zone, but it could pop up. Either way, I'm not concerned as there will be one more fight that evening between Brian Norman Sr. and Greg Hackett. It will be on BLK Prime, $5.99 for a subscription to watch this fight, and it will be taking place again February 15th at 7 p.m. It is taking place in Jonesboro, Georgia. Last I heard, the tickets were almost sold out. So, surely you've heard Canelo has flipped the script on Jake Paul, who's super pissed at him, and decided to turn back and fight Crawford. He has a 4-fight deal with Turkey Al Sheikh, and everybody's wondering, oh, no, who's Canelo gonna fight? Who the 4 fight's gonna be? Look, I said it before, and it is gonna be Skull. Skull is gonna be in there because Canelo wants the damn IBF belt. I don't want him to get it. I would prefer Skull fight Berlanga and let him get a shot at that belt. And the winner of Kevin Lele Saggio and Mbili, who are fighting an eliminator to get that fight for whoever has that belt, that's what I wanted to happen. So it looks like, yeah, Canelo is gunning for Skull. To be honest, yes, I hope Berlanga can get the damn belt before Canelo does, because I do not want this dude to be undisputed again and harboring the damn belts while he finishes out these 4 fights. I kept trying to tell people that was the play. I'm over it. So speaking of Berlanga and moving along, did you guys see this? All I can say to that is, Kano and TD, get your boy. So it's being reported that promoter Frank Warren is interested in making a fight with former IBF heavyweight champion Charles Martin against Moses Atoma. He stated, quote, I love it. You've got all these former world champions and all these guys coming out and challenging guys who've just turned 20 and had 10 fights. I think it's brilliant. I'm interested in all these fights with Moses. It's part of his quest and his drive to win a world title. Unquote. Look, I'm not sold on Moses Atama. You know, time will tell, but I'll move on with my last story. Now, in some space or place, whether it was on my channel or another, I reported that it was being said AJ would be fighting Bacoli. And when listening to the usual suspects, a little bit more information came out saying the fight would take place in Kinshasa, the Democratic Republic of Congo, in October. And if you're not familiar, that is where the Rumble in the Jungle took place. Well, apparently, that information came from Ben Shalom, and he said it after the Azim versus Limpinets fight Saturday. And apparently, Eddie Hearn caught hold of that and he called Ben Shalom a damn lie.
The latest one, just someone sent it to me on Saturday. Uh, Martin Bacoli, Anthony Joshua is done, signed. I mean, we have not had one conversation about that fight. And I'm not ruling it out, by the way, but it's not even ever been a conversation. So I don't know where that one came from. I saw one last night. Wilder Joshua is done for June 7th. Not had one conversation about that fight.
So apparently, that is what was being reported by Shalom to Spencer Oliver of Talk Sports. I will place the link in the description box. I want to give a quick mention and show some appreciation to Coach 67 Sports TV. He is your go to destination for everything Southern University, the Southern University Jaguars football, and HBCU sports. He also talks a little bit of boxing and The Wire, if that is what you're into. I thank him so much for always shouting me out and showing me love, directing people to my channel. Please go subscribe to Coach 67. And that is all for me, family. I thank you for listening. I pray that you've had a blessed and wonderful weekend. And much love to you and yours. Shalom.